Okay, hello everybody, good evening. Okay, let's get started. This is a Wednesday night high. Okay, so bullet point. This is production for Tales of Valhalla, The Aftermath Chronicles. I'm Ryan, producer, director. We have 2 seasons on YouTube, and we are currently in production of season 3, just almost. We are very close, like in a matter of just a couple of weeks, being done with all the animations. It's been almost 4.5 years since I started all this stop motion animation, and finally, we are building the last terrain set that we have to build for animating. Woohoo! But we need to catch up on things. There's some things we haven't seen, and I have some video recordings and stuff that we can go through this week and next week while I'm wrapping up that last animation set, and then we'll go through that animation set as well. So lots of stuff to go through, lots of production details that we can get through. So, and for those of you on YouTube who are watching this, you know, it's just behind the scenes, wonderful behind the scenes stuff that you can find out, you know, some little tidbits of what's going to happen early in Tales of Valhalla. And I don't know if you want to be surprised, you can not watch this at all, but please feel free to watch, subscribe, share, show me some love. Anyway, first, we're going to look at the build of this set. We're going to watch a speed run of me doing that. You guys know the drill if you've seen some of these videos that I've done already. All Hyground 3D printed stuff. And so I guess I'll just be like, okay, let's just roll that video, take a look at this build, and I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Later. Okay, hello, this is Ryan. So we're getting started with this build. And we are building using all 3D printed terrain and materials from Hyground tiles. Especially for the base here. You notice that base, I'm building a cave, and I'm going to be using a lot of elements from Hyground's mine shaft mining set. But I start just the base with all the other foundational pieces, because I don't need the darker rock-like pieces until I know I'm going to be laying down the actual terrain tiles. So that's what I'm currently doing right now. Like I said, this is all high ground, and you see there's like a beyond what I'm building, there's a huge Heroscape terrain, grass terrain there. That's going to be a different set that we're going to be doing later in another video. But right now we're just focusing on this, and this cave is primarily for a certain Valkyrie general and his faction. I won't give it away. I'll let it be a surprise, but some of you could probably guess who I'm talking about. But anyway, this is a cave network, and one character is going to be showing up at the end of this. So there's going to be a small scene in here. I want this cave to look very magical, and in order to do that, I actually need to paint some high ground terrains. High ground terrain, usually, I mean, you don't have to really paint if you don't want to using their terrain, but I had to go over to my kitchen table or dining room table and paint some extra things. And here's some trees, painting some brown for the branches, because I painted them in green 3D printed filament, so I just using brown. Also paint, even though this door is not going to be used for Tales of Valhalla, it's like a Hobbit-like door, that I'm painting the door brown. But now I'm going to move on to the actual mine shaft terrain pieces that have like little crystals poking out of some of the terrains, and so I just don't want them to be the color of the filament. I want to give them some color, some vibrance, make them look very like crystal-like, using different colors like red, blue, and such. And so there was still some that I needed to paint, and so I need to do that before I continue building and putting them onto the mine shaft, or into this terrain set. And like I said, for those of you who are printing Hyground tile stuff, you don't need to paint if you don't want to. I'm a very novice painter anyway. I'm learning, what I can, but it still looks okay. It'll work for the filmmaking. So that's what I'm doing. See, I'm painting some of these blue, painted some red. And yeah, so just enjoy the painting, and in a minute we'll get back to the actual building, going back to the animation studio and building the rest of this terrain set after everything's painted. Okay, so we're back in the animation studio. We got everything painted, all the paint's dry, and so now we can start building the whole infrastructure of our little magic cave that will be housing a Valkyrie general. And so with this cave, I need cave walls, so we need to build up walls surrounding everything so we don't have any so we can't see anything outside of this cave, to give it a real claustrophobic type of look. And here I am sorting out different Hyground Terrain stuffs, like the minecart tracks. There you can see there's little huge crystal formations that I'm gonna put down into the terrain too, because I want to make this as a magical looking place as possible that looks like they've been touched by a magnet. So I'm adding like not just like ground, rock, mine floor hex terrains, but I'm also adding like neon looking, color looking magic type mystic tiles, it's called. And like I said, all these are from are from Hyground tiles, so you can download their STL files, purchase them if you need to, and print them out, and it just looks beautiful. And you can see here's how it looks. This terrain set is looking pretty darn good so far. And I know I said that like all these are Hyground 3D printed terrains, but there is one thing that is not a Hyground 3D print, and they are some portal rings that I'll end up putting in here in a second. And these portal rings come from a just a Heroscape enthusiast. I will, if you're watching this on YouTube, I will leave a link to his Thingiverse page to where you can see the rings right there, these portal rings. I'll leave a link to his Thingiverse page to where you can download his STL files and 3D print them if you would like. They are really wonderfully designed, and I had to like download them and use them for this set. It's a nice little magical looking cave here. It's all done, and what I'm going to do is, since it's all done, I'm going to show you guys like a close-up of this so you can look at it, and then we're going to just take a look at some of the shots I did before finishing this video. So thank you guys for watching, and like I said, there's still another terrain set to build, as you can see behind this cave set there, but we'll do that next time. So with that, enjoy, and talk to you later. Hey, wasn't that cool? And you get to see some of the animation shots at the end of the build for this cave scene. And here's, I like this shot. I end up seeing like Evers right there. And then a good look at the portal ring. No camera shake. There's a little tad bit of light flicker right there, but it's nothing to shake a stick at. There. Just go to this. All right. Just go inside the cave. There's a shot inside the cave, and end it there. So for those of you who are watching this on the Tales of Valhalla YouTube page, this edited down version it's about 30 minutes. But if you want to see the full amount of this live stream, go to our Connector Productions YouTube page, which you'll see in the screen in front of you or in a link in the description below. And I'm Ryan. I thank you guys for watching the live stream tonight, and we have more fun stuff to show next week as well. So until then, have a good night. We'll see you next week. Later.